As soon as I go in the naughty corner. All right, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Bob.
"13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusimoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kuwana's. Ridden by guilt, Kuwana sets off on a path of vengeance, and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Oh, buttle tree, how smelly are your ass cracks? Your poop is green post taco night. It stinks so much it causes fights. Oh, buttle tree, how I just wish you'd sit on me. Oh, butthole tree, how smelly are your ass cracks? Your poop is green post taco night. It stinks so much it causes fights. Oh, butthole tree, how I just wish you'd sit on me.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days. Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
Oh, butthole tree, how smelly are your ass cracks? Your poop is green post taco night. It stinks so much it causes fights. Oh, butthole tree, how I just wish you'd sit on me.
Try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you. Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh? That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah, a break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamurocho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening. They'll make them pay for what they did to Kaito Aniki.
Make 'em pay? Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza would say?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. I'm doing the right thing, damn it!
Yeah, maybe it's just how you're putting it.
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
Whatever you say. Much as things change, they stay the same.
Oh my God. What a time to get put in the fucking shitbox, huh? A new alert sounds. Watching a recap, trying to watch, and I'm laughing my ass off because of the fucking Butthole Tree song that I sang I don't know how many years ago. Like did I... When did I do that? I don't even remember. Oh God, and we got a soundboard sample edition from Scott. I can only imagine. What could this nightmare be? Show me your butthole! That's okay. All right, that's good. That's a good one. All right, let's see.
What are you doing, step bro?
Okay, that one's new, so I'm saying, what's this one?
Give it to us raw and wriggling sausage.
All right, that's the last time you're gonna hear that one for a minute.
To us
One more time, I guess. I accidentally hit it again.
and wriggling sausage.
There you go. All right. Oh butthole tree, how smelly are your ass cracks? Your poop is green post taco night. It stinks so much it causes fights. Oh butthole tree, how I just wish you'd sit on me. That sounds like a Sitley joint. Like that sounds like a something written by Sitley. He was like, "Here, I wrote this for you. I think it's quite funny." And I fucking, all right, Sitley, I'll fucking sing it for you. But I can't, I'm not sure. It's been so long since I since I sang that. I don't even remember what it was for. All right, here we go. We're adding a new sound to the soundboard. Show me your butthole. I love it. Show me your butthole. Show me your butthole. That one's gonna get some use for sure. Show me your buttholes! That is excellent. All right, both of the redemption channel point things have been redeemed for today, so no interruptions for that. Steve is a ninja. Thank you for the 500 bits, by the way. JLC, not a saga. Thank you as well for throwing money at the stream. And CJ Stuck with 13 months shortly after I went into the shitbox. Thank you for the resub. All right. So... Oh, it's during Ori. Oh, and it's written by BD Saint. It was written by you, BD Saint. Okay. Okay. Wow. And that it wasn't even that long ago, was it? Wait a minute. Oh, this was like a year ago then. It wasn't this September. It was September of 2020, right? Did I play Ori? Did Ori come out this year? The new Ori? Fuck. Okay, so it was 2020. I'm not out of my mind. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Hey, Best Ginger, thank you for 23. All right, since I'm out, might as well check out how the city's doing. I'll go kill time somewhere. Okay, so let's go kill some time. Already did that one. Let's see. Do they have any fun places to go? There we go. I mean, I suppose we could go there. It seems like that's the only mini-game place that I've discovered in this, in Kamurocho. Oh, and then we get a phone call.
Hey, Yagami-san.
Yeah, what?
Yura.
Hey.
Yeah, I just left 3 seconds ago.
Sensei and the others just got to Charles.
Oh, wow.
They're getting ready to grill Mamiya-san.
Oh, shit, okay.
Got it. Then I'll head back soon.
Thanks.
Well, consider time killed. Oh, so people won't just... excuse me, people won't just get out of my way when I'm skateboarding. You can't just run over them. Wait a minute. Where? Fuck. Oh, there it is. Oh.
Really?
You kept calling Quick Travel Mechanic a butthole tree. Oh, yeah, because you... It was actually reverse butthole.
Of course not. I didn't know you still did
It
field
sucked
work.
me in rather than shit me out.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Sauri-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
All
Why
right.
are all these people here? What gives?
I love that they gave her a Karen voice.
Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Enril, I got tired of reading, and I can
Looks
I
like
can
she got
listen
mixed
and
up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana.
I can listen to it and watch
But we're
chat
still not sure why they chased him.
at the same time.
To figure that
And
out,
also
we'll have
for
to
lurkers.
retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
And also because this game is not a huge crowd draw, and having Japanese language with subtitles is not what it was not helping the matter. So I want to get as many people in here as possible without driving them away while we finish this, because I'm still having fun playing it. It's a great fucking game. It's a wonderfully written, like great graphics, all that stuff, as you'd come to expect. But just not a lot of people want to hang out and check it out, especially in Japanese. So gotta think business wise every once in a while. And the English VO isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's pretty good at times. Oh, there was during the opening cutscene, there was one line that made me laugh, and it was like some thug, some just like bad guy number 17. He was like, "I'll get you for this," or something like that. Like, that was fucking hilarious. But I know, Enril, if I was playing this on my own, alone, I would definitely stick with the Japanese. I stuck with the Japanese throughout all the Yakuza games and the first Judgment game, but this one just didn't do as well as any of those other ones. Like, whereas normally I'd get like, I don't know, between 1,000 and 1,400 depending on the game. This one, 600-700. That's a big jump down. You know, that's like half of what I would normally do. So, and hey, listen, it's fine. That part doesn't bother me because of the game. I just don't want to drive any more people away. I would like to attract them if they can just put it on in the background and listen.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ihara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Miko Shiba's murder.
Okay,
So
here we go.
Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Oh yeah. By the way, we found out that my hunch, and probably a lot of people's hunch while playing this game, was correct, that the groping, she was in on it. Find out that everybody's connected, and Kawana, the handyman, orchestrates. He's a serial like blackmailer, murderer person. Like, he finds bullies and then blackmails them into doing his wishes, which is what she did with her, because she was at 13 years ago, she was at the school with her camera phone out filming Mitsuru, Kusumoto Mitsuru, who was being bullied, pissed his pants, and then, like, in front of everybody, and then jumped off the building, and now he's in a coma. She was there, along with a few other people, and Kawana was the teacher, and he set up a hidden camera that caught the bullying really shortly before the kid jumped. He set up a hidden camera, and saw the incident that drove the kid to suicide, and now that's his like life's work. Is like, this will never happen again. Any bullies that I find, I will make them pay by blackmailing these guys to help me.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far?
Oh yeah, and his guilt is the thing that kind of drove him to it. Kuwana, the teacher, the handyman. He saw this bullying happening because he was a teacher at the time, and he said, "That's fine. Just don't go too far with the bullying." Which is kind of like saying, just shoot him a little bit. Don't shoot him a lot, but just shoot him with a gun a little bit. And he felt guilty, so this is what he's doing for his attrition.
Please.
Boys will be boys.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't a Harasan himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event.
We still don't know who the stand-in is.
What was Kuwana doing at the time? Was he in Ijincho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? A Harasan had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kuwana posed as Ahara himself? So this Ahara was actually Kuwana. Huh.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. What?
Sensei
Wow.
and a Harasan have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
Interesting. All right. Now we
Some
know.
spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kuwana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned a Harasan's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, wow. All right.
Huh. You can
Shut up,
print things
incel
in
lawyer.
3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to be.
So Japanese tropes are very strange in with English VO. You get used to them like watching anime or watching like Japanese video games, stuff like that. Like the grunts or the little tiny like non-verbals like But in English, they're like, what does he want me to do? You just grunt in approval. Okay. Like so like this, like, or like surprise, like they're not used to it.
Become a Harasan.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
That's creepy.
See, his
That's
eyes are
creepy.
hidden behind the sunglasses.
Yes, Tim
and the
Allen
seams
noises.
on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Thank you, Antero Kane. I love you too. I love you 22 months worth.
Kuwana was Ahara's double. There's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
Time to pull back the curtain on this case. Any evidence I'm unsure of, I need to press mommy on it right now. Okay. Tell me about this.
How should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage is the real Harasan.
And the guys that are
Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened.
and the guys that are taking him
No
down
one saw through his disguise.
are all blackmailed.
Makes sense.
Being blackmailed.
There'd
I
be no
think.
way to swap places after getting caught like this.
I think they mentioned that, right? Or they said it's possible.
Sunglasses were removed too.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video.
There you go.
If nobody tried to stop him, he would have just gotten away. But the most important part of it was pinning a Harasan as the culprit out in public.
Right. If that didn't happen, the entire alibi goes up in smoke.
More or less.
Right.
So basically, this entire battery case was calculated from the start. Nothing but smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, Ty B 2012. I actually read Tim Allen's "Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man" like autobiography. It's good. It was good. He talked about his time in prison for drugs and cocaine and whatnot. He talked about that old trope of, you know, you go to prison like you're the new fish and everybody, like all the inmates want to fuck you, and it's like, that wasn't my experience. While I was in prison, someone actually asked me for sex and I said no thank you, and he was cool with it. I was like, oh, I guess you went to a nice prison or something. Perhaps. Because I'm sure it's not the same in every prison. I'm sure there are prisons out there that are like that or have that element. But I'm not every prison, I would imagine. All right, I better press mommy on this evidence. Okay, more pressing.
Can you take a closer look at this?
That's the Ikebukuro station platform. What about it?
If Kawana was pretending to be a Hara, then Kawana was also the man in the video before he got on the train, correct?
Right. Didn't we go over this already?
Guess we did, huh?
Yeah, I'm just getting, this is a good recap.
This came out pretty clearly.
Yeah, maybe you should,
So the guy in the back is Kawana posing as a Hara, right?
What?
Yes.
Oh, hey, what's up?
And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prints couldn't show up.
Sounds like you had a hell of a time getting this set up.
I
Damn
didn't.
it. Fuck that up.
Sensei sure did.
Look at that photograph!
That's the one I meant to do, damn it.
Any thoughts after seeing this?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away?
Yo, Papa Jedi.
You aided and abetted by playing the victim.
Thank you for 34 months.
I mean, yes.
Who put this video up on the internet?
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ehara-san got his guilty verdict, he'd upload it to the internet.
Sensei.
That was all part of the plan.
Or Kirikata, whatever his name is.
Sensei can't forgive
His
the
real
law
name.
for how easy it lets off bullies. Ehara-san's the same way. His son's death was brushed aside. The court blamed his suicide on unknown factors. And that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond?
Battery? Do you mean gropery?
The law like that.
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Spare me this mockery of
the courts are
justice.
beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
Yeah, cop or not,
Dude.
Ahara's a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death, and the courts all but ignored his case. No wonder he went along with Kawana.
When it gets back to a pull-out shot, look at all just like the little like gnats. Like you would see them if this was on film. Like that little attention to detail, it's crazy. Like how good this is, like graphically. It's crazy good.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sensei and Ehara-san are the perfect pair with nothing.
Pull-out shot.
The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us.
Dude, oh my god.
Speaking of which,
You
are
are
we
my
done here
chat.
yet?
You are my chat. 3 of you said the same fucking thing. I love you guys. You guys picked up a pull-out shot. I feel like I'm the odd man out when I'm doing drop frames, and I look at you guys. I sometimes I don't say something, but I look at you guys, and you know, like, yeah, there was definitely like a phrasing in there. The nads. Oh, no, don't look at the nads on the pull-out shot. No, look at the light. Look at the light, like right up there. If you look real close, you can see the bugs like just floating around, or behind his head. It's a little thing, but man, it really, really helps with the immersion. It's crazy. I'm guessing this is the real piece of evidence that we need to talk to her about, but I like the recap here.
What do you make of this?
I mean, what's there to doubt?
You tell me?
The one running on the platform wasn't Ehara's son. It was Sensei pretending to be him, right?
Meaning...
There is no more meaning. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
Ehara-san used a stand-in to fake his alibi. The stand-in turned out to be none other than Jin Kuwana.
Right.
which
Oh,
Mamiya-san
Jin. I didn't
just
know his
finished
first name. I didn't
explaining
write
in
his first name
detail.
down.
Yep. Good to know we have all our ducks in a row.
I feel like JP usually gets it and hides it. Well, either he gets it and hides it, or he gets it and he won't make the easy joke. But I'll be there like, I'm the Dennis Rodman, like, archetype of comedy. Like, I'm the guy, I'm getting the rebounds. I'm getting the easy shots. Like, you know, I'm there in the trenches, like, getting dirty, like, you said pull out shot. And all the other guys are like, let him have it. We all could have made that joke, but let Zeke do it. He gets, it's one of the little joys he gets in life. I get in those dirty trenches. Just ask your sister.
What are you doing, step bro?
Man, this becoming a morning talk show, like morning radio zoo. Oh yeah, how'd you get the underwear? This is a good one. I want to know this. How did you get the underwear on your hands? Did you take them off in front of him?
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence on Ehara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ehara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ehara-san wouldn't have touched Mamiya-san at all. But the evidence on Ehara-san's hands suggests otherwise. Rather strange, isn't it?
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's simple. Before I got in the train, I met with the real Ehara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the undergarment.
Were you wearing it at the time?
All I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were from.
What you didn't know is they found the trace evidence in his nose, in his nasal cavity.
What the police found on Ehara-san's hands was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as hard proof he grabbed me. The courts really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit.
You hear what he said? That's the spirit, and you're starting to open up.
How about this, then?
And this is?
Before the incident, Ehara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro, the time of which was recorded.
This was
right,
an easy
and
one.
it was on October 7th at 7:43 a.m.
Thanks, bud. Thanks for chiming in, Donnie.
Yagami-san?
Happy to help.
Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30 a.m. If Ehara killed Mikoshiba in Ijincho, he would have only had 13 minutes to get to Ikebukuro. And frankly, that's impossible.
That's what's stumping you?
Huh?
Sensei borrowed the card from Ehara-san beforehand and passed through the gate.
We know that.
Afterward, he slipped it back to Ehara-san when they switched places.
I just want to hear him
That
get
way,
insulted.
Ehara-san ended up having the time.
Are you serious? You're a detective, you idiot? How did you not know that?
Now.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
We knew that
It
too.
seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody suspected
Yep.
groping was being used as an alibi for murder.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks
And
for
on top
catching
of all
up.
that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial. They really pulled it off.
Anything else?
Really pulled it off, like your panties.
Yagami-san, you sure that's enough?
No.
Yeah, I think we've got plenty.
Oh wait, no.
Bottom line, groping was a fabrication.
No.
At the very least, we know that the
The switching
prosecution's
part.
evidence can all be
No, I want to know about the switching.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Not that we need to know.
You want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ehara and Kuwana's plot and overturn the verdict they issued.
Oh, you think you can do that?
That might be harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
Courts don't like being wrong, dude.
Previous trial resulted in Hara being found guilty,
Yeah,
right?
that's the whole point
As
of
the
this.
client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting it.
Oh, he has to
Doesn't
want
matter
it.
what any lawyer tries to do.
Oh, wow, okay.
If Hara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
Then we'll talk to him tomorrow.
What
First,
about...
we need to see how he reacts to everything we've
What if
got.
Mamiya wants to, like,
Sounds
if we
good.
convince her
Then let's
to
meet at the detention center tomorrow.
recant her statement?
Will do.
So, we done for the night?
Sure are. Great job, everyone. Go get some rest.
Am I still kidnapped? Can I go home now? Are you done with me yet? What are you gonna do with me? Do I just sit here?
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was cool to let that Mamiya chick just go home?
Yeah? Why?
I mean,
What up,
she helped
Bastard Snake?
Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna turn her in or something?
I would. There's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this is all for nothing?
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya, anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other bodies turned up. Which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugiura is making sure she gets back safe.
Okay.
Fine, forget it. Why are you still here? Everyone else went home already.
Free booze.
And why the cold shoulder? Am I really that annoying?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Oh,
Wow.
rough.
Straight for the jugular, huh?
Yeah, dude.
But if it's help you need,
Hey,
I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately.
you know where I can
But
gamble?
only if you bow your head
buddy?
and ask nice.
Oh,
Then I'll consider it.
wow.
I know for a fact you'd help me out regardless. So why waste a good bow?
Well, it's good to have you here, Bassett.
Thanks for the drink.
Dude, come on. That was your cue to bow and ask nice.
I'd like to thank the Academy for my black badge. You really love me. Oh, the retro badge, Robo Blake.
Motherfucking Robo Blake getting that retro badge. All the lady bots in the place. Do you wanna get on my hard drive? Oh, I'm gonna upload. Oh.
I gotta go with Sari-san to interview Ihara tomorrow. Time to call it a day. Okay. And I call it a day. Yep, down there. Oh, do I have my... Not that. Okay, I got my stamina next. Got 3 of those. Always got to remember to have healing items, because if you get caught out without a healing item, or without a stock of healing items, and you get in a fucking battle like we saw, ugh, what a fucking shit show. All right, 3 garlics and oh wow, a whole bunch of that shit. Okay. Yeah, nothing here. Okay. Okay. Ty B 2012 media, 24 months, got the gold badge, baby. Oh yeah.
What are you doing, Step Bro?
What are you doing, Ty B?
Show me your butthole!
That's right, show me your butthole. Show me your 2-year-old butthole. Wait a minute, that didn't sound, never mind. Forget I said that. It was a 2-year anniversary. That's why I said 2-year. That's why I said that. It's because he's 24 months, and you gotta get a good look at a steak. Put your head up a butcher's ass. FBI, open up. Oh, someone was asking about Katie. Is Katie streaming today? No. Katie takes a couple of days off every month. for the reason you're thinking, because she drew the short straw when it came to periods. She has like every couple, like I say every third, fourth month, she has a real bad one. I mean cramps, and they just like almost all but incapacitate her. She is just in constant pain for 2 days. And I feel so bad for her. But there's nothing I can do. I bought her drugs. I bought her painkillers. That's the best I could do. All right, time for Sarah-san and me to interview Ihara. Yes. Yeah. Time to talk to the groper / murderer. Well, actually, he's not the groper, but he is a murderer. Here we go. Big old chunk of the puzzle coming in. Actually, I don't know how much puzzle we have left. I'm guessing there's a bit, but the biggest mystery, it seems, from the beginning has been solved.
I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things, like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery conviction, right?
Well...
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
It's gotta be your goal.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ihara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you think.
And what exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent, as far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal, and we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
That's baloney.
Except that you weren't.
Oh.
They
You
spelled
wanted
it phonetically,
to give the man
though.
who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene.
I love the chin diaper. Why is he even wearing
Every bone
that?
on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there, and I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play? Even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrageous little story.
Oh yeah, no, I know the purpose, like in the game for the mask. I was just making a comment on people who do that. Like they had a whole South Park episode like that with, was it South Park with the chin diaper, right? Or was it something else? Yeah, it was South Park. Okay, yeah, where they talked about like just put your chin diaper on. Yeah. Anyway, no, and I know that masks in public places were a popular thing, like in airports and malls and stuff, and in busy sections of town in Japan, like when I went there before anybody even heard of COVID. All right, piece of evidence. And that evidence is... Well, let's start at the murder. Give him a look
As
at that.
for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba.
It's quite a home video.
I have not
Without
seen the
leaving
newest
anything on
South
Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba in Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho. Or maybe you know him by a different name.
Kitakawa.
Former high school teacher Yu Kitakata.
Kitakata, that's what it is.
So which name did he give you?
Samsonite, I was way off.
Talking about.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarments she had repaired. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kawana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kawana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kawana, who looked just like you.
There we go.
With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kawana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help.
What up, Darkshire?
After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear.
I once had a sexual battery,
As a result,
but I shocked my
despite it
dick and
being
I
your first offense,
quit using it.
You were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself.
Have confidence!
Sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kawana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kawana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Nuh-uh! Okay, there shouldn't have been any evidence of Mikoshiba's bullying. Who told Ihara the truth? Oh, right, yeah. That's a good point.
Did Toshiro-kun ever tell you about the bullying himself?
They covered it up.
My son never confided in me about any of that.
Then how did you know there was bullying going on? Why else would you murder Mikoshiba in cold blood?
Shouldn't have been any evidence. Okay.
Hosts on the internet specifically named Mikoshiba as Toshiro-kun's bully. Is that why you did it?
No, this isn't the principal.
Yagami-san,
Principal's bald.
Mikoshiba wasn't the only student to be accused of the bullying. He couldn't have narrowed down his target with the information available on the internet.
Oh, I guess that was the case, huh?
Vile 77 months. No, this is Ihara, the convicted groper and also murderer, but he was falsely convicted of groping. But that was his cover for murder. That was his alibi. And that's the whole, the whole spoiler of this entire, game up to this point is the groping was staged. It wasn't him. He was murdering somebody else. He was murdering his son's bully that drove him to suicide. And then he went to the train station to switch places with the stand-in groper, who is Kawana, and that's a whole other thing.
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only person Toshiro-kun confided in. You had to have heard it from her, right?
Nearly hit the nail on the head, as they say.
Oh shit, okay, so it was Sawa-san.
Nearly?
Or Sawa-sensei.
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying.
Oh, after the trial though.
Only to her old teacher over the phone.
Oh.
She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Oh.
Kuwana-san let me listen to that recording.
Oh.
Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer.
Oh, man.
That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Wait a minute. He got the proof he wanted after he killed the guy?
Was there
What?
no other
Butthole
evidence
tree,
of
oh
the bullying?
butthole tree, how smelly are your ass cracks? Your poop is green post taco night. It stinks so much it causes fights. Oh butthole tree, how I just wish you'd sit on me. Thank you, Natasaga. Oh, after the bullying trial, not after the groping trial. Okay. Sorry, I was confused. Thank you, Natasaga. And also, Scott, that's not going to be the alert for the entire month of December, is it? That's going to get old quick. Like, it's fun today and probably, for maybe a few days, but that's going to get old quick.
Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort.
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying.
Oh, speaking of that, I gotta talk to Barry.
It was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
You guys meme about it, but grow a spine thing works like 50-50. It worked for me. I mean, some people just need a kick in the ass from an outside source. For a lot of people, it doesn't work. Some people, it does. He still won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba? Must be killing him not to. I'm wondering if there's a way that he didn't do it. That he didn't do the murder and that whole deepfake thing is still a thing. Maybe if he admits it out loud, like, they have to, like, legally do, like, a retrial, mistrial, something.
So the first time Kawana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me, too. Very bold.
Bold and direct.
I am a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised to deliver real justice.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function. If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, what's the solution?
Fucking world are you living in, lady?
Someone who laughs in its face. To overlook those the law won't judge.
Law!
Abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
You a fucking robot, dude?
Some of the victims' families refused Koana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
But even after rejecting his
Waffle
offer,
fries. For
not a
free.
one reported Koana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Koana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live without consequence. Tell me.
All right, I'm gonna put
alternative.
I want to put a poll in chat. I just want to see what you guys think. The question is, do you think Ahara's bully got what he deserved? Now, Ahara is his son, and he's like got his throat slit. I'm gonna put it in the chat. See what you guys think. No wrong answer. I'm just curious how vengeful or forgiving my chat is.
It was there to getting blood on my hands. I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Miko.
Hold on. Toshiro said, I can't turn a blind eye to the world of mixed ships. The confidence, tell me what alternative is there to getting blood on my hands. I didn't have any other choice. Oh. He said he got blood on his hands. That's why it was confusing. Like, he said I killed him. Not really. He didn't really say I killed him. He said I got blood on my hands, which is a metaphor. So,
Shiva.
You really did your research. Unlike those useless cops. Koana-san's plan was impressive.
Okay. Thinking about Ahara's bully got what he deserved. 65% of you say no. 65% say no. Just curious. I would say no as well, personally. Like, I'm against any form of death penalty, capital punishment, all that shit. Like, I don't think a murder for a murder is, the whole eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind kind of thing. I believe the spirit of that, the essence of that.
Almost airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Koana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Hair gel addict.
Just
in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is
charges
king.
Will be confirmed, and I'll be
Tom
convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, I killed Mikoshiba at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
He wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san.
Would be fun if there was more talk and walk where you could play as well as hear the story. I think so too, Juke, and Karencius is right. There's probably a lot of like little tidbits here and there. I don't feel like I'm missing any of the main chunks by not doing a lot of the side shit, but there's probably some, you know, little nuances, little fine things here and there that would maybe add to the story a little bit. But in my experience with all the Gotaku games, like they're all like, when we're talking, we're talking. We're not doing anything else. We're just talking. Like if there's fighting going on, we fight and then we talk afterwards. Like there's no walking and talking in these games, like the Yakuza games or the Judgment games. It's go. Oh, it's go. There's no A in Gotaku? Hold on, I have it right here. Oh, it is Gotoku. Man, I've been saying it wrong all the time. Right? Ryu ga Gotaku. Oh, it's ga Gotaku. I was always saying Ryu go Gotaku. But the actual is Ru ga Gotoku. My bad. Thank you for the correction. I'm sorry. I fucked it up. Gotoku. Sorry. All right. Ihara's achieved most of what he wanted to do, but I can't overlook what he's already done.
If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikushiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean
what up, Cap Strong?
admitting to a
33
massive
months.
blunder by the court.
Thanks, baby.
At the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos.
Chaos!
Despite knowing who murdered Mikushiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes.
That's interesting, Bassett.
He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your
I never knew
partner,
that.
Kawana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right?
Oh, that's one big piece that we
don't
haven't figured out yet.
Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Kawana.
Where she was killed.
Oh, okay. So my guess with the FK or whatever, the thugs, it's the FK, right? Those are the thugs that killed Sawa. Yeah, because it's the leader is Soma, and Soma had the ice pick. So I'm guessing their connection is they were being, one of the members or Soma or whatever was being Kawana tried blackmailing them. They were in a case, some other case, or maybe a case in one of these cases, bullying cases that he murdered. And they're trying to kill Kawana to get out from under the blackmail. Or, one of them, like Soma, the leader of the RK, his son was a bully and Kawana killed him. Something of that nature. That's my guess. I don't know for certain.
This is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean...
They were looking for, the bully that disappeared.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that might be
Soma's. Why
Soma's.
they're going after Kawana.
Is the bully that they're looking for the one in the picture they keep showing? He was a bully for 13 years ago. He was a bully. So he would be 22, 23 now, or 20, 21, because they're 17, right? So Soma could not be his father. Soma could be him. No, they're looking for him.
Yes.
No way I'd know.
You think it could
Brother?
be because she got mixed up in your deadly
There you go,
little
brother.
game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happens. Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself.
Oh, here we go.
That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. And now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Kawana did.
Ooh.
The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove your innocence.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want.
The guy's plan was to become a sex offender? Well, that was his alibi. 6 months worth versus whatever a murder charge brings.
Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know until we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san.
He wouldn't scribble.
Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me.
See, he's trying to appeal.
If I have grabbed the tiger by the tail, that doesn't mean I killed her.
He's trying to give him some guilt over
By
Sawa's
that
death.
logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
Can't be convicted of a crime, is already convicted of another. Well, they have the courts would have to overturn a guilty verdict they already brought down, and they are very much not against that. They don't. It doesn't happen.
Sensei in on what happened.
You prove the court's wrong, and that's
head over to the office.
Bad.
Sure thing.
So, yeah, that's kind of the genius part of it, is that knowing that the Japanese courts, once they bring a guilty verdict down, like 90 whatever percent of the time, well, 90 whatever percent of the time when you go to court, you are already like, they have a 90 something percent conviction rate. So if they bring you to court, you're pretty much going to jail no matter what. Which is why, like, when our boy here, like, got somebody off, like, acquitted, got somebody off, when he got somebody acquitted, that's a big deal, because that doesn't happen a lot. And then the courts bring a ruling down, and then for them to overturn that ruling is a huge undertaking. Like, they do not want to do that. Less about being convicted, more about using an alibi. Yes, Juke. Yes, exactly. You got it now. All right. I need a White Snake book. Book. Yeah, I need all these books, okay? Oh, abilities. Here we go. Oh my god. I should get all of these. There's my X moves. Here's some X moves. Oh my god. Look at all these X moves I don't have. Yes. While I'm not, press triangle while I'm knocked down. Press triangle while being grabbed by an enemy. Wait, hold on. Is there any big boys that I'm missing? Okay. I like that they started putting X, like X burst, X dodge, whatever. Okay. Press triangle near a down enemy when your health is low. Health, okay. Definitely want that. While running during X boost, okay. I can't believe I didn't get these yet. Press triangle while running near two more enemies. Yes, okay. So when I get in the next fight and I press X boost, like I'm gonna run around like a crazy person. While running during X boost, press triangle near an enemy by a wall. So there's like 3 running ones. Hold R1. Oh, press triangle with a full X gauge. Oh my God, the Kamehame. Yeah. And then Drunken Fist. So we gotta get some sake. Or the like. Oh, so this is X burst. These are not X moves. Oh, greatly heighten your dodging ability. Okay. Press R2 at low health with an X boost on. Okay. Oh. Taunt a downed enemy. Okay. Taunt all nearby enemies. Wow. Charge will actually charge based on how many enemies are knocked down. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's good for charging it up. Increased effectiveness of mortal reversal against bosses. Well, wait. Mortal reversal. Is that a snake move? I know there's reversals. Okay. Where is mortal reversal? Oh, so it's mortal reversals in all styles. Oh, there's blind reversal. Fuck, man. Okay. Effect activates while using Snake Style and X Boost is active. Is mortal reversal like when you dodge an attack? That's enhanced reversal. I don't fucking know what that is, man. Oh, yes, one of those glowy attacks. Okay, so, okay. So... where is... Okay, so we got enhanced reversal for Snake. Oh, okay. Get that. Oh, whoa, holy shit. 40,000 for that one. Oh, using its enemy attack applies only... certain death. Oh, okay, we're getting that one for sure. We gotta save up 40,000 points, though. Certain death. Oh yeah, death. Not dead, by the way, right?
So then, Ihara admitted to killing Mikoshiba, did he?
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Koana approached him to offer revenge.
That sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal, I'd say. How does that sound, Genda-sensei?
Sorry, I don't listen to women.
Genda Sensei?
Sorry.
The sexual battery and Mikoshiba's murder are the very same case. To clear Ahara of harassment, you'll need to prove he murdered Mikoshiba. But you don't have evidence he did, do you?
Ahara-san was captured on video committing the
I
murder.
was just gonna say, yeah?
And the prosecution claims it's a fake.
Okay.
Of unknown origins. The police are saying the same.
The murder
They're only
weapon?
saying that to cover their asses.
In reality, the sexual battery evidence against Ahara-san is what was really fake. At the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others aided in fabricating that, alibi or not.
You really think the courts will grant you an appeal for just that?
Are you saying that's not possible?
I wouldn't go that far. But Ahara won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba in court. Kinda significant, don't you think? So what chance do you have even if you do appeal? Without any decisive new evidence, you'll just end up splitting hairs over the original verdict.
We gotta convince him to
what good will
confess,
it do
man.
Other than damage your own reputation, Saru-kun?
True. So Genda Sensei is worried about Sayori's career. I'm sure that's the case, although...
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply underestimated.
That's true.
What?
Saori-san, are you actually mad?
Yes.
Can you put on that...
As a matter of fact,
that hostess dress and
you have every right
get
to
mad
be...
again?
Listen, Sensei.
That would be hot.
Ahara and Kuwana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate the justice system.
Not
Have we
only
fallen
appeal,
right
we'll
into their
sex
trap?
appeal.
If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hand.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're coming from, and you're right to think it, but...
And another thing.
Anger
the acting
program
of the defense in the first
initiated.
trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending, and I felt sick to my stomach even being in the courtroom.
Saori-san.
Ahara likely saw right through that. He probably took great delight in our myopic
on
dedication
Tuesday,
to the
Abrams.
law. And I
It's
won't
for
stand
lurkers,
that.
so they can just...
I'm gonna show him exactly what I can do.
They can
What
hear
about
it
you,
if they're
Yagami?
doing something on another
I want to
screen.
hear your thoughts.
And also, like, it's not, like, having to pay attention to a stream is, like, I know when I watch streams or have streams on, like, I have to pay attention to them because I'm usually playing a game and I listen. It's for those people like me. And also, for numbers wise, because I'm guessing it immediately went up like 100 viewers after I tweeted that I changed to English. So I'm guessing it's a good thing. Hold on, I just gotta grab a hoodie. Ow! Oh, I fucking hit my head. Ouch. I keep it pretty fucking chilly in my office because because one reason I like it chilly. And I like it about 67, but also the computers. I have two like pretty big goddamn towers and they make the room warm. They warm the room up pretty good if I don't have it on. So Tibbets, hey Tibbets, thank you for 8 months, appreciate it. But when we get those mini splits installed, Scott, bye air conditioner, hello, whatever temperature I want, I'm excited. Oh shit, and Tibbets, that was a tier 2 motherfucker. Yeah.
Show me your butthole.
Show me your butthole. I'm one of those weirdos that use subtitles even with English games. Me too. No, us too. Katie and I both. So we don't miss anything. Like if we're watching and we were like, what do you say? We just look at the subtitles. I have those on every movie we watch here on Netflix. No matter what, I have the subtitles on. Once I started, I never went back. He's not saying it, but he disagrees with Saori-san. How should I move this forward? I deferred it to Hoshino-kun? Are you fucking kidding me? That's got to be hilarious. Let's watch. Let's see what that is.
I'll defer to Hoshino-kun on this one.
Huh? Wait, why are you putting me on the spot?
I knew it.
I mean, I don't work here anymore, so...
Don't you play that card now, especially not with so much on the line.
That's right. Genda-sensei
New
asking your opinion
from Ryuga Gotoko or
what's it gonna
Gotoku.
Your opinion counts.
Incel lawyer. Why am I the one getting grilled here? Guess I'll just be straightforward. Yeah, we should listen to Sayori, of course. Did anyone else pick the other one? Of course we listen to Sayori-san.
We should listen to Sari-san. I understand.
I like that they pronounce it sorry.
They did.
Sari-san.
I see. So you feel it too, huh?
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as Sari-san's.
What do you mean?
Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was Kawana, and he's in hiding. We need to shine enough light on him that the public can see what he is. And the perfect place to do it is during Ahara's appeal hearing.
So it's not Ahara you're after, but Kawana.
If we pursue Ahara's case, Kawana-san's actions will naturally come to light.
Here, my pleasure,
RK and the ones backing them will make their move. Soma from RK said Sensei knew too much, which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried, even if it means murder. And I need to figure that secret out. I owe Sawa-sensei that closure. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess going back wasn't ever really an option.
I love his voiceover. His English voiceover is great.
Looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet.
It actually seems like they got someone of his
of
a similar age.
I apologize. I shouldn't have been so impertinent.
That should be my line, Saori-kun. I suppose I have to make up my mind after all that, don't I? Get out there and do what needs to be done. And heaven help anyone in your way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You heard him.
Tsukumo's calling. Hacker guy. Hacker man's calling.
Hello?
He's in the hospital, Brownie.
Still in Kamurocho?
Yeah, why? What's up?
Kaito's in the hospital.
I'm afraid RK seems to be amassing an Ijincho.
Oh, we're gonna
Very bizarre.
beat some asses.
Are they now?
Yeah, and I can't shake the feeling that the officers like Soma and Akutsu are still in town.
You think so?
Yeah, he got
if I was
stabbed.
Soma, I'd have left Ijincho by now.
He's fine. He got
He's
stabbed.
a person
He's
of
fine.
interest in Sawa-sensei's murder, too.
I see. That does make sense.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to Ijincho with Sugiura. We got a lot to go over with you when I get back.
Wonder what it could be. Okay, see you soon then.
I love you. I mean, bye-bye. God damn it. No, I mean, he got stabbed. It's like, if Taiga, like, got stabbed, like, they'll be fine. Sure, it hurts. They're human, but, like, they'll be fine. They're beefy. All right, so first order of business is we're gonna grab some booze. We're gonna grab some booze. What do you got? You got some. There we go. You got some sake. We're gonna do some Legend of Drunken Master shit. Okay. And just so we don't have to open this every time, there we go. I'm gonna just jot some brief Cliff's Notes down. Triangle. On the ground. And then while grabbed. near down enemy. X boost. Run plus triangle. Run multiple enemies. Oh. Running. Oh. Run enemy near wall. Full gauge. Full X gauge. R1 plus triangle. 6. And then drunk. 6 plus triangle. Okay. And don't forget to remind me to taunt if I need my X boost up, because my taunt, I put lots of points into my taunts going up. Hey, Shield 69. Nice resub. Where's our? Oh, right there. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, I can't use my skateboard. I was just gonna skate there, but. Zeke, if you had a Zeke themed Christmas album, what would the track list be? Here are 3 I thought of: Silent Fart, Deadly Fart, I Saw Katie Kissing Lilith Claus, and in honor of Taco Tuesday, Oh Holy Bite. There probably would also be Have Yourself a Merry Little Orgy. Grandma Got Run Over in the Reindeer.
Well, now that's something. Looks like we're finally starting to see the whole picture.
Wait, are you gonna
or rather,
look at that photograph?
And his students helped Ihara murder Mikoshiba. But there's still some things that doesn't explain.
Like what?
Like, why does RK keep going after Kawana-san?
There we go.
You think that's weird too, right, Yagami-san?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last.
That's the piece of the puzzle that'll lead us to why Sawa-sensei got killed.
Yep. Why is RK after Kawana? Why is RK in the coffee?
Before they came to Ijincho, RK was originally looking for Shinya Kawai. But when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly shifted gears to Kawana. So what are they trying to accomplish?
We can guess all we want, but that's not going to get us anywhere. Shouldn't we ask someone in RK directly? They're strengthening their numbers in Ijincho as we speak.
I think it'd be Jiggle Balls.
The coons at the bottom.
Jiggle Balls, Jiggle Balls.
Though if Akatsu or Soma were around, then we might get somewhere.
Jiggle all the way.
That's true.
Sitting around here won't get us any further. I'm gonna head into the city for a bit. I'm quick on my feet.
Let's go.
That's about all I have going for me right now.
Wow.
How modest of you.
Yeah, don't say that, Yagami-shi. Otherwise, what ground do we have to stand on?
I should head outside for now. My type tends to be the beefiest dude who can absolutely destroy people with very good heart, almost guaranteed. Brownie, did you see the TTRPG show I was in years ago with Ammunition and Jeff in Control and DJ Wheat, The Blades in the Dark, where I played Aldo? That's your guy right there, man. What? Oh, Amasawa. You ever start try using school diary? Okay. Yeah, thanks. The professor must be stopped. Yes, I remember. Look around town. Oh, wait a minute. The one side thing I am doing is the dancing, because that's fun. So hopefully, maybe the dancing is no longer story locked. Or the new song, I mean. Nope. Oh no, that's right. Yeah. Then down to the basement. You've now fulfilled the condition to progress the event. Ah, check school diary. Oh, okay. So I do need to do robotics club first? Okay. Okay. God, I can't mark it on my map. That just is infuriating. That I can't mark that on my map. Where was TTRPG mentioned? It's on JP's YouTube. It's called Blades in the Dark. It was, I don't know how many years ago it was now. I want to say like 5? If you manage to beat the robotic story, I will give 5 subs. Whoa, it's that bad, huh? Oh, there we go. Wait, no, that's not. Oh. Oh, there it is. 4th floor. There it is. Green, green, green. Oh, it's really grindy. Thank you. Thanks for the heads up. I don't want to do it. As much as I'd like to, as much as I wish, and I do wish that this was a real, like, you know, crowd draw and I could just wander around and do shit and not, like, play this game 100% this game. That'd be great, but it is not, so I can't. Oh, you just have to do the first part?
Hello?
Oh, just initiate it. Okay.
It's Shirosaki. Do you have a minute, Yagami-san?
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara-san, and something he said isn't sitting right with me.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask your opinion.
Which part felt off?
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims besides Ihara-san to offer revenge. Ihara-san also mentioned that most of them rejected his offer, but never went to the police either.
Yeah, and?
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, I mean. Tormented by his bullies, Mitsuru Kusumoto's leap left him in a coma to this day.
Oh, I know Wolfman.
That event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions.
I've done that with other games.
His parents about revenge too?
Mitsuru Kusumoto's parents?
But I want to complete...
You're talking about his mother, Reiko Kusumoto, right?
Or I mean, like, you know what I mean. If it's intriguing enough, and these games sometimes are, I'll go back and play them off stream, like the side shit off stream. If I think it's grindy, not entertaining, or not a draw, whatever. Okay, Mitsuro's mother, Reiko, she used to be another suit in the Ministry of Health. Now she's vice minister. Yeah, this whole connection, the whole vice minister thing we brought up.
Yes, who is currently vice minister of the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
If she accepted or is even an accessory to a revenge plot against Kauai, then there's no way she'd ever want that secret to get out. With her level of influence and power, wouldn't it be possible that she ordered RK to silence Kuwana? Which would explain how RK's actions are being controlled, wouldn't it?
And you think it's Reiko Kusumoto?
You don't think vice ministers can control criminal organizations from the shadows? You know very well the answer to that.
Yeah. Tsukumo's actually looked into her before. I'll talk to him about it right now. Yeah, this is genius, Sari-san. This could lead us right to who's controlling RK.
Quite a compliment coming from you. I feel better already.
Don't sweat it. I'll call you if I find anything out.
Yeah, do you think you get better numbers if you played on release? Maybe, probably not though. I've tried that. Like hype games on release don't usually do well for me. I caught it, but it probably would have done better than it is doing right now. I caught it in the middle of a like new release hype, and we've all played it, and I'm in the middle of that section, so I chose to play it at the wrong time. But I wanted to play it before the end of the year because it could be, these games are so good they could be on my game, like my top 10 of the year, you know, list. So I wanted to play it before the end. You bet, go Avs. Thank Mr. Scott for uploading those. He uploads all my YouTube videos. And Spring Fart with the almost sex number, 68. Yeah. Averages, Indie Sunday has lower numbers, right? No, Indie Sunday has bigger numbers. That's usually my best day. Oh, speaking of that, you know what? Let's take a break since we're right here.